Hello everyone and welcome back to my opinion. In this video, I'll be previewing the Chennai Super Kings' fifth match versus the Punjab Kings in Mulanpur. Let's get into this preview video. Starting off with the home side, Punjab, they won their first two matches, then lost the previous one by a crushing margin. In my season preview, I'd suggested a combination which included the four overseas players, Josh Inglis, Glenn Maxwell, Marcus Stoinis, Azmatullah Omarzai. They've deviated from that. They haven't played English thus far. They've played Priyansharya and they've played Marco Janssen at times alongside Omarzai. Then they've dropped Omarzai, Bolton, Lockie Ferguson. They've not played Harpreet Brar and Abhishek Vijay Kumar, who won them the first match. They've not played him since then, so I don't really understand what's been going on. They won the first two matches despite not selecting the team optimally. And the third match, you saw, especially with them not selecting Harpreet Brar, they didn't have that second spinner when you've got Maxo only bowling one, Chahal bowling three. So they've got to select the correct combination from now on. So this is how I would go. Josh Inglis, Prabhsimran Singh to open the batting, Shreyas Iyer 3, Shashank Singh 4, Marcus Stoinis 5, Glenn Maxwell 6, Azmatullah Omarzai 7, Harpreet Brar 8, Vijay Kumar 9, Ashdeep Singh 10, Yuzvendra Chahal 11, and the impact sub would be Nehal Vadera. So the reason why I'm saying they should drop both Marco Janssen and Lockie Ferguson is because I'm starting off with Marco Janssen, and I've said this quite a few times. Especially on the slower surfaces, he's not going to have a favorable impact with the bat or the ball. The previous match, I think he went for 45, and they've done a bizarre strategy thus far where they've not bowled him in his phase of strength. He's a new ball bowler, you're bowling him a first change. And then with the bat, you're expecting him to provide a contribution on a slower surface. I've said this many times, on a slower surface, he will not come off with the bat if he walks out later. And with this batting lineup, are you banking on Marco Janssen to score at the end when almost everyone can bat at some capacity? And on Lockie Ferguson, he will not suit this kind of a service at the lengths that he bowls. For 37 the previous match. What was the impact of both those two? 0. So Azmatullah Omarzai bowls fuller lengths than Marco Janssen. And you got explosive players all around. Who are the two-dimensional players here? You got Shreyas Iyer, Shashank Singh, and Azmatullah Omarzai. These players can play both roles. Would you rather have those three who can do that? Azmatullah Omarzai can bat up and down the order, or Marco Janssen would be fairly one-dimensional. And is he going to go over the bat or ball on the surface? No. So I don't really understand what they've been doing. I'd drop both those two, and I'd play Harpreet Brar ahead of Suryan Shetye because I've said already, everyone on this team can bat to some capacity, so what's the point in including a finisher who's only got mostly a sole score? You can bowl a bit of leg spin, but when you've got Harpreet Brar's bowling, are you going to bowl Suryan Shetye? No. So I'd rather them play Harpreet Brar. You saw how the lack of spin in the 11 affected them in the previous match, so I'd play him. And Josh Inglis has got to play ahead of Priyansharya. Now, Prabhsimran Singh scored, I think, 69 in the match against LSG. He's a retained player. Priyansharya scored 47 in the first match. Hasn't done much since then. I just think with the form Josh Inglis has been in, he's the difference maker in the side because he's someone who's destructive and is consistent. Because without Josh Inglis, Priyansharya, destructive, you don't know. Prabhsimran Singh, destructive, you don't know. Then Glenn Maxwell, also destructive, you don't know. And you've got three of those players there. If you play Marco Janssen, he's not going to do anything with bat or ball. Then Lockie Ferguson, he's not going to do anything with the ball. So you got 5 players who aren't making your team that much better as they could be doing. You got 2 of those who won't suit the conditions. Then you're just shooting yourself in the foot, which is why Josh Inglis has to come in. And Nehal Vadera can be the impact sub. We saw how well he played in the previous match. So this is what I think they should do. I've said this before. If Ashdeep Singh does not take early wickets, Yuzvendra Chahal, because of the lengths he bowls, is someone who can pick wickets but can go for runs. And you saw that in the previous match. You've only bowled Max off 1 over, and you've not got that spin strength to go well at this venue if you don't play Harpreet Brar. It's a very ordinary attack, this one. It looks good when they win, but even in that match against the Gujarat Titans, there was a stage where I thought they would, without Vijay Kumar, in my view, Gujarat would have won that. Shreyas said the captain did not know who to turn to at one stage because no matter who was bowling, they were going for runs. If Arshdeep Singh does not pick wickets early on, this attack looks very ordinary. And that's something that I feel they'll have to think about by bringing in Omar Zai and bringing in Harpreet Brar as well as Vijay Kumar Vishak. So that's on them. And on Shreyas said, we've seen that he's won trophies in the domestic season. He's won the IPL previously with KKR. I feel that he is on course to become the next white ball captain for India. So the only reason why I would like Punjab Kings to win the IPL if a team like CSK doesn't win is because I want Shreyas to further cement his leadership credentials. But to be on the path to do that and to achieve that outcome, you've got to get the strategies right, and I hope they do that. Now on Chennai, they've lost their last 3 matches, and I've covered this in the previous video. I'll say this again. They can go and win in 3 ways. I've talked in the previous video that they've made, I think, 6 changes thus far, which is not something they do across the course of a season, let alone the first few matches. Devon Conway, I've talked about his bat swing. He would not have the shots to succeed, especially on a slow surface. You've got 4 players there who, on a slow surface, would not prefer to bat. And that's why I feel in the previous match, CSK, they were chasing a match-winning score considering that batting lineup as well. But that's why I felt CSK in the previous match were going to struggle. And in this case, I know I've said what I've said about Devon Conway and Vijay Shankar, but I think as far as Devon Conway is concerned, you've bought him for 6.4 crores, and I think they should arrest making too many changes for a while, because I feel it would just disrupt the player's confidence when you've bought him for that much money. You've only playing for 1 match or sitting him out. I don't think it would be the ideal way to go about things. And on the 11 that I'm going to suggest, I've made a change in the batting lineup, which you will see. So I've gone with Devon Conway, Raj Gaikwad to open the batting, Rachin Ravindra at number 3. For now, Rahul Tripathi at 4, get to that in a bit. Shivam Dubey 5, Ravindra Jadeja 6, MS Dhoni 7, R Ashwin 8, Anshul Kamboj 9, Maticha Patiriana 10, and Noor Ahmed at number 11. Now, out of Devon Conway, Rutraj Gaikwad, Rachin Ravindra, who is the player who would be most likely to succeed batting at 3? It would be Rutraj. However, he has worked out at effectively his opening slots in all the matches thus far, so I feel you may as well open with him. Rachin may be batting out of position, but I'd rather Rutraj open with the form that he's been in the last few IPL seasons, and he should be in India reckoning. When you got someone as confident as that with the bat, why are you delaying the inevitable of him walking out? Because that's what happened in the last few matches. And then at number 4, now there's a case to say who can you try it up for, because Rahul Tripathi have batted him out of position in the first while. He's not been in confidence. Deepak Hooda not been in form. Then you've got Vijay Shankar. He's not got that power hitting against the spinners. So you may as well try Tripathi at number 4, but in the next 2 11s, I'll suggest bringing in the youngsters, and you'll see how or why that could be done. They've got to bring in Anshul Kamboj, a non-negotiable. I don't know. Yes, they've got the state link, Mukesh Chaudhary and Rutraj Gaikwad, but who's been doing better of late is Anshul Kamboj by some distance. I don't know why they didn't bring him. Patiriana has to bowl 1 over in the power play. If you're an overseas seamer in the IPL, you've got to bowl at the start and the end. People would say 1 for 31 and 4. He restricted the runs. What value did it add to the team score? 0. So he's got to bowl in the power play. Noor Ahmed, there's also, if there's a spinner who has to be bowled in the power play, it has to be Noor. They brought Ashwin in the previous match as well. Yes, he bowled well, but he was also bowling to a very ordinary batting lineup, especially without Faf du Plessis. He bowled well in that match. In this match, if you're going up against the Shreyas Iyer and Shashank Singh, and if he goes to runs, people will be asking him to be dropped, which I don't think has made much sense thus far. In the middle overs, he's gone at 7 over. In the power play, he's gone for runs. So why do you keep giving him overs in the middle overs? I don't know. So that's on 11-1. Sorry, in the power play. So that's on 11-1. And now on 11-2, I've brought in one of the youngsters. I've got Sheikh Rashid because he is a number 3 player. And you could go with the same side with Sheikh Rashid at number 3. In that case, you could play Rutraj Gaikwad and Rachin Ravindra to open the batting. Yes, they'll be making a change. But if you think Rachin batting out of position at 3 would be tough for him, then I feel Rutraj and Rachin is CSK's best opening combination, and so then you could look to play in a youngster at number 3 who they've kept him on the wings for a while. And then a possible 11-3. If you're not sure about number 4, you've tried the others and you don't know how they'll go, bring in the second youngster and see how they go. Now, especially on the batting friendly surfaces, would you want to go with that middle order? I don't think you would. But on this surface, and especially playing against an attack where you take out one bowler, it's a very ordinary attack. You may as well give them a chance when no one has got confidence. And unlike other teams, I've said this before in the previous video, CSK have got backups. So which one of those backups are you confident in cracking into the first 11? Not many. You've got 2 talented youngsters here. So there is an incentive for you to play those 2 if you think you don't want to go back to the others. So that is the 3 11s that they could go by. And for now, I'm going with 11-1 because I don't think dropping Conway after one match would send a great message. Anshu Kamboj has to come in, but you've paid 6.4 crores for Conway. If you drop him now, then the musical chairs will just keep on continuing. You experiment with the number 4 as well. That will also continue, so I don't know how that would go. For now, I've gone with 11-1. So now, comparing the 11s, the same blueprint as in Chennai in the power play. You've got to get that at 55 for 1. Which of the top 4s are going to help you get there? For Punjab, you've got Josh Inglis, Prabhsimran Singh, Shreyas Iyer and Shashank Singh compared to Devon Conway, Rutraj Gaikwad, Rachin Ravindra and Rahul Tripathi for CSK. Josh Inglis, explosive. Prabhsimran Singh, explosive. Shreyas Iyer is playing supreme confidence, can play both roles. Shashank Singh is a matured player. He's a fantastic player. Compared with CSK, Devon Conway, not been in form. Rutraj Gaikwad in supreme confidence. Rachin Ravindra, he's playing out of position, but he's got class. Rahul Tripathi, not been in confidence. Top 4 edge goes to Punjab. The middle you shouldn't be bogged down against the spinners, and you should also know how to score runs in the last 10 overs of the innings as it can get slower. Shreyas Iyer, Shashank Singh, Marcus Stoinis. So we got Nehal Badar as an impact sub as well for them. Glenn Maxwell at the end. Omar Zai can play a double role. You got Harpreet Brar. So I feel Punjab Kings have got heavy batting there compared to CSK. Rachin Ravindra playing out of position. Rahul Tripathi low in confidence. Shivam Dubey, I feel because of the lack of spin strength in Punjab, especially if they don't play Harpreet Brar. If they do play him, Shivam Dubey may fancy his chances, which is why I think he may go well in this match. Yeah, I think he should go because he's had a lean run for a while. Jadeja takes 14 balls to get going against spin. I'll say it again. MS Dhoni is a pace hitter. Arashun can be a floater. With the deficiencies of the lineup, can he cover that? No, Punjab have got the edge there. The spin edge, I will still say, despite Rutraj Gaikwad's not been bowling them to their full quota, CSK have got the edge. Now, the seamers. For Punjab, Arshdeep Singh, and if they don't play Omar Zai, then this looks a weaker combination to strike up front because of the lengths that Jansen bows. Arshdeep Singh is top class. For CSK, Khalil Ahmed is bowling fantastically. Anshul Kamboj is in supreme confidence. He has to play, and Patirana has to go on over in the power play. So as a combination, I'd still say Anshul Kamboj and Khalil Ahmed is better, but the class of Arshdeep Singh is also there. But I feel both the attack can have an equal impact in the power play. But with the confidence of Khalil Ahmed and Anshul Kamboj, I feel because Arshdeep Singh has not got much support at the other end, CSK can look to gain the edge in that metric. But apart from that, on paper, Punjab definitely have the edge once again because of the batting. No matter what I've said thus far, the batting edges, if you've noticed, I've given them, apart from the middle overs for RCB and Mumbai. RCB surprisingly won that match. For Mumbai, I knew they'd lose because the middle overs had not got the players who go on the slow tracks. And for the top 4, I've given the edge to the opposition in all the matches, and that's not going to change here. So because of the batting edge, I feel Punjab will win. I hope CSK win. Let's see how this goes. If you enjoy this video, if you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, share with your friends. Remember, this is my opinion. What's yours?